Dun, 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 dun. All right. Looks like we're live. Be happy. Let me see. How's that song go?
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, there we go. Don't worry. Be happy. You told your landlord you're gonna be late with the rent. He's gonna charge you an extra 10%. Don't worry. All right, we're getting started here. We're gonna be here for about 45 minutes. Power-packed episode here. Only if you'll join us. Only if you'll interact with us. You are the teacher also. We are the teacher. I am Santos. Jim is Jim. He's in Tucson, Arizona. I'm in Stockton, California. This is episode number 389. We're live. We're going to be talking about 3 POIs here in just a little bit. We got a proverb. And then we got a special, I'm going to ask for a special support. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so I'm glad to be here. Jim, it's been several months. Jim's been out of the hospital now. He's recuperating. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and share, Jim. What's on your mind right now?
Yeah, nothing much. What is today? Today is November the 10th.
Oh, today's Wednesday.
Yeah, November the 10th.
There we go.
You don't have. There's not very much time left in the year.
Welcome, everyone.
Maybe it's a good time to kind of start reflecting upon the year, see what happened. You know, I think that's what we talked about like last week. You know, is it a good time to start reflecting upon what went well and what didn't? And you can go and get a head start on the next year, right? A head start on the next year, because if things weren't going right, you know, no time like the present to start making some changes. I don't know.
No time like the present. So. Jim's giving us our introduction. I'm inviting you to come on inside, join in, buckle up. Buckle up, man. Turn down all distractions. Roll up your window. All right. Throw everything out the window that's not important. For the next 35 minutes, stay with us. Stay here. You're safe here. You're very safe here. And interact with us. Come on, join in. Let's grow. Right? Let's grow together. Somebody said, come on, Santos, let's go, man. Let's go. No, let's grow. I want to grow. All right. We got a proverb. And so today's topic, we're going to do, what is today's topic? I'm in the wrong page.
Today's topic is tools. What are we doing?
Let me see. Topic. No, that you know. No, that's not the topic. The topic is about where did I put the topic? I already forgot the topic.
I think you said tools, and what are we doing?
Well, we've got some POIs, but we're going to be reflecting on basically where we're at today. Right? We're going to reflect on that. Where are you? Are you in the lost and found? Are you on your way to the lost? Is somebody on their way to the lost and found? Where are you? We're going to talk about this, right? Just a few POIs really quick, jog up some thoughts, help you prepare for Monday or Wednesday. And but we do have a proverb coming up here, 37, 5, and 6. Thank you for being here. Once again, I'm Santos. Jim is on the other side. If you have a question, throw it up. It'll stick to the screen. Welcome LinkedIn, YouTube, and we're doing Twitch. Is it Twitch today? Looks like we're doing Twitch. And we have a few visitors online. I see you. I see you folks. Thank you for joining in, but you're not here. I see you all the time. Welcome. So, Jim, go ahead. Before I get into the, you were discussing, I know what we talked about last week. Brought that up. It all ties in together, right? It's like, your life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Say that as fast as you can, right? Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. That's why we're here. So don't bust my chops, folks. Thank you. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about when you're talking about tools are guardrails. What are our guardrails to go and keep us on the straight and narrow from doing the things that we don't want to do? Especially for those people who are on this program who are trying to fight gambling. What are your guardrails? I
They're
mean,
fighting the thought. They're not
yeah,
fighting gambling, Jim. I had to correct myself. They're fighting thought, an impulse.
impulses, but how can you
Yeah.
go ahead and physically prevent yourself from doing those things that are getting you in trouble? Are you talking to people? Are you putting your wallet away? Are you canceling, credit cards? Are you doing certain things to go ahead and keep yourself on the straight and narrow? And if not, perhaps you really don't want to quit. Perhaps you really don't want to quit. I mean, and if that's the case, you know,
They get support here too.
you need some more help. You need some
Yeah.
more help. You got to find some help if you can't do those things. Um, yeah, we're talking about not being able to do things on our own. We got to go and set guardrails, and you have to follow through with those guardrails. Um, because I mean, self control is one thing, but oftentimes the people who go onto this program don't have self control. How can
Yeah.
you and develop self control? Well, that comes over time. But if you want to go ahead and stop the bleeding, right, you need to go ahead and put up some of those guardrails. And I think you got to do it when when the iron is hot, right? When the emotion is high. When you
Yeah.
really lose all that money, you got to start taking action immediately because if you let a few days pass, the emotion wears off, and then you just go back to your same old.
They
And
say it's often easier to make a decision when you are in the environment and when you're in an environment that is conducive, right?
Mhm.
It's for that kind of to be able to create that kind of value.
Right.
So being around others, being fired up, you're in the car, you're buckled up, you've turned down all distractions, the windows rolled up,
Hmm.
and you're staring into your phone and you're looking at Santos and Jim. Man,
Yeah.
I don't know how many people will make that decision, but the best time to make a decision is when, like you just said, when you're amped up, you're
Mhm.
fired up,
Yeah.
you feel supported. It's hard to make a decision when you don't feel supported. Am I correct on that? Very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
If you're not supported, why bother? No one's helping me. You can go ahead and get into the self-pity mode, No one cares about me. No one, wants me to succeed. Why should I even bother, right? You get into that mind loop. And that's not good. You got to go ahead and have good self-talk with yourself and find people who can go ahead and support you.
That's
Uh,
the LB. Yeah. The limiting beliefs.
yeah, limiting beliefs and the
You got to
deficit.
beware the LBs. Let me get into the proverb real quick, and then, by the way, just want to say, City by the Bay, welcome. Thank you for being here. Wow, there's quite a few people here. I don't know where you're at, but Merry Christmas to you too. And I know it's not Christmas yet, but we're coming up on it. And by the way, folks, gambling is a BFL. Gambling is a BFL. We're here every Sunday. We're here at 7:30. In fact, we're gonna probably might be a little bit earlier, 7 p.m., maybe 6:30 p.m., depending if we get some feedback. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard here. We're here. We try to be here on Wednesdays. If you need support, you need guidance, you need guardrails, like Jim was talking about. You got to set up some guardrails. I welcome you to be part of this community, Soldiers of Self Mastery community, since 2016. By the way, nobody's perfect here. All right. I want you to know that nobody is perfect here. So if you're perfect, we're not going to be able to help you. Yeah. City by the Bay, Mark, Laura, and wow, the numbers are just climbing. Incredible. Thank you. I wish you could be here in the chat here. All right. Let me get into this proverb. Time's going by very quickly. This is out of Job. Somebody said Job, Job. Well, it's Job, chapter 37. And again, we always read a proverb. I believe it's not only beneficial, I believe that it is life sustaining. for us to dive into the Word of God every once in a while. All right. At this also my heart trembleth and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. It's very interesting literature when you read it. It's not man's thinking here. This is thinking of a different level, a different dimension altogether. We can look at it and say, well, I know what that means. There's a lot of deep meaning to what I'm reading, folks. And, you think, well, this is easy to understand. No, it's not easy to understand. You got to really compare the Bible with Scripture to understand what it is saying to us. And nevertheless, hear attentively the noise of his voice and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven, and his lightning unto the ends of the earth. After it a voice roareth, he sundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. He's talking about the power of God, the Creator, how he's able to speak. There's just something about his word. We can speak and we can create things, right? But we got to labor for it. We got to pull out the calculator. We got to pull out the wallet. We got to make the steps. Not God. All he has to do is speak it. According to the Bible, according to what he has done in historical, speaks and it happens. Wow. What's really interesting is that we're part of God also. We are his offspring. We're created in his image. And we just throw all of that away. And by the way, I'm answering your question there, City by the Bay, about anxiety, stress. When I wake up like that, I immediately pull a tool. That's what I do. Pull a tool, whether it's the journal, whether it's a Bible verse, whether it's prayer. Somehow I distract those thoughts. I think about them for a little bit. You don't want to just distract any thought, right? You're getting anxiety. Well, what does this mean? I'm getting anxiety. I don't want to feel this. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, but what does it mean? It's a warning. It could be warning you of something, some horrible consequence. Hopefully that answers a little bit there. Thank you for those of you that are still here, by the way. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I think there's something in the book of Ephesians in the Bible that talks about the shield of faith. And if you have anxiety, you don't have any faith. You feel that, I think, things are going to be gloom and doom. So, yeah, I think sometimes we need to go ahead and have some faith. Having some mantras are helpful, right? Some prayers, being grateful. Like one of the things that I've been focusing on is pushing through adversity, pushing through, like getting up early, right? I don't want to get up early. I said, just push through the fatigue, push through the pain, push through the fear, push through it, That's what we have to go out and do, really. And when you do it, you're through it. That's a pretty good one. When you do it, you're through it. And you get the momentum going, and that anxiety kind of dies away. I told you, Santos, in one of the comments about what Trump said. Trump said, if you're depressed, just work really hard,
Work like hell.
Just go to work, get busy. When we're alone with our thoughts, sometimes, we can go ahead and get good ideas, but we can also get bad ideas. We can go ahead and ruminate. We can go and cook ourselves. I was listening to Charles Stanley. He was talking about like anger, and there's crock pot anger. He was talking about how we can go and cook ourselves,
Yeah.
Just really destroy our mind with anger, and I think that can go ahead and be true of anxiety, and, all those kinds of stress, you keep on, having those thoughts in your mind, right? And it's just cooking you. It's cooking you to death, So, it's fighting back. You got to fight back. You got to have tools. got to be conscious of a plan,
Gotta somehow you gotta find yourself. You gotta find that desire that's gonna kickstart whatever it is, the project that you need to be working on. Of course, your life.
Yeah, maybe you can go ahead
You
and
know,
say, God, just say a prayer. God, take this anxiety away from me. God, take this stress away from me. You just say it. Just say it. Say it in your mind.
and
And
keep
yeah,
most people we start something and oh well I fell off so I'm just going to give up because I fell off. I'm just going to give up altogether. No, you're not going to give up altogether. You're going to get up. You're going to put some boots on. This time you're going to put on a heavier set of boots. Right, the first time you sank in this quicksand because your boots weren't that good. So somebody rescued you out of the quicksand and you learned my boots aren't that good. What are boots? A tool?
yeah,
These boots are made for walking. I don't know why I'm using boots. I guess because we're all on a journey. And yeah, the boots that you're wearing are taking you somewhere. You
I
ever
think
look at boots? You ever
that?
look at your boots, your shoes, Jim?
Mhm. Boots.
You ever look at
Yeah,
your shoes? Kind of an interesting, put our feet in them. We don't think too much about it.
hmm
They're helping us get somewhere. It's just like this program, right? We're putting our feet in here. Maybe we don't even like the shoes here, but it's taking us somewhere. At least we're trying to take you somewhere.
I
I'm
think the
trying.
mind.
I'm trying. Okay, let me get to a PO point here before we get over. The program's almost over, folks. How's that? See, it wasn't that bad. No, I'm just kidding. Um, what you gonna do? That's my first POI. What you gonna do, brother? Remember, was it Randy Savage? Brother. Oh, I can't do him. It's gotta be this way. This is the right path, brother. What you gonna do? That's my question. That's my first POI. I got 3 more quick ones. I'm just gonna throw that out at you. What you gonna do, brother? I think I asked that one before. To the audience, out of time, Laura, Mark, City by the Bay, Legacy Mindset, and those of you that are watching by way of the airwaves, what you gonna do, brother? It's Sunday. Hopefully we'll see Monday. I visited with a friend today. Well, he's not my personal friend, but he was diagnosed with a horrible stage 4 cancer 2 months ago. 2 months ago. He's laying in a bed on morphine. He's probably got hours left. What you gonna do, brother? He doesn't have time. Laura says the year is almost over. Go ahead, Jim. You got a thought.
Yeah, I was thinking about Maxwell Maltz. I was thinking about Maxwell Maltz and how he talks about the mind being, kind of like a heat-seeking missile. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking that it's good to be intentional about having our minds seek hope, seek the light.
Wow.
Always looking for some kind of opportunity, some type of hope, some type of way. I mean, it's like the gambler, I think, or the addict, has that kind of mentality, but they're always trying to get their next fix. They're very sharp at finding, methods and ways to go ahead and get money or get their next fix or, get, some way to feed their addiction.
Yeah.
I think we need a mind shift change in,
Something's got to break somewhere.
right.
Yeah. You ever broke something, Jim? Like you just got so angry, you just smashed it through the thing, broke it, whatever it might have been. Maybe you were angry at your coworker or something. You gotta something's got to break.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If it
Right.
doesn't break, you keep going the same direction. Laura says,
Yeah.
"Amen." So, folks, if you've heard anything, you've heard what we've talked about here. What you gonna do, brother?
Look,
Really, that's the question.
Out of Time says the same life that drove me to gambling is still the same. Always stress. So I think that's the thing to focus on right there. It's not the
Always stress.
gamble. It looks like it's the lifestyle. You know, need to
Let,
go and focus on that lifestyle. What's going on there?
let me share something real quick here. That's a powerful comment that you're leaving there. It's very powerful. I'm gonna read it to you differently though. The same life. What if you wrote this as a poem and you read it to yourself this morning? The same life that drove me to gambling is still the same.
Always stressed.
You could say I'm stretched paper thin, but I'm going to get myself out of this. I'm going to work my way. You could. The more that you use a lot of these words like stressed and stretched, or I'm a gambling addict, and we use some of these words. I know that I do. The best thing is to work on eliminating them right out of your vocabulary. Really. You mean challenge yourself not to talk about gambling, to yourself or to somebody else. Just to try to eliminate it. It's a little bit of a challenge. It's kind of fun because you have control over the words that come out of your mouth. By the way, I want to say this real quick since we have a large number. Again, we're typically here on Sundays. Wednesdays is a kind of an iffy thing. We're going to try to be here at 7 p.m. maybe, if that's going to be a little bit better for those of you that are here. Those of you that truly feel supported, I'm going to let you know I don't have I used to have a partner, a worker that was part of this mission. He's gone. So it's been a little bit of a challenge for me here by myself doing this. Of course, Jim Helps comes on the broadcast. So I'm asking those of you that are here, and there's quite a few numbers, those of you that are here, if you feel supported by this mission, I'm going to ask you, this is a big thing. I'm going to ask you if it's possible that you would donate $5 to this mission. And make sure that you comment on the videos. So again, if you can do $5, if you can do more than $5, the mission would really appreciate it. We've got some bills coming up at the end of the year, and we're looking at quite a few here for the stuff that we're doing. So I'm asking you if you can do $5 or more. If you can do $3, that's great. Whatever you can do. A comment, a like, a share. And if you're not subscribed, Santos, don't point a finger. Okay. If you're not subscribed, okay, don't bust my chops. No, I'm just kidding. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you're subscribed and turn the notification symbol to all. That way, when we go live and stuff like that, you're connected, folks. You're connected. And listen, even if you're still gambling, if you're coming here, man, that's an effort. That's an effort. Sooner or later, something's going to break, like I said earlier. Like Jim broke a tool in the shop one day. He got so angry, he threw it across and it cost him. No, I don't know if that's true or not. Just kidding. So, by the way, POI number 2, what tools do you practice with? What tools are you practicing with? Think about that. What tools? Go ahead, Jim. You got some thought?
Yeah. Let's see. Who was it?
I got to turn
It was. Let's see. Yeah, Out of Time was talking about stress. It's. Where do we get stress? I would think that there's stress, anxiety, are big reasons why we go to the comfort zone. To get some type of relief. But the only way you can go ahead and get rid of this problem is to go and deal with the problem. You got to go ahead and start dealing with it. You have to ask the questions behind the questions. Why am I stressed? Why am I stressed? I would think that I would be stressed because
we know why already. We know, Jim. Most of us already know the problem. We know why we're in it. We even know how to get out of it.
I don't think so. I think that we are.
We do. The problem is accountability, Jim.
I
See, we
don't
start
so.
something and then we don't have an accountability system.
I don't think
Right.
we know. I think when we say, it's like, well, yeah, I'm worried about this. Well, maybe it's because you feel that you need to be in control. You have a problem of trying to
Yeah.
go and control everything. I mean, sometimes we are kind of superficial in the way we see ourselves, but we don't really ask the questions behind the questions, and really think about what's going on. And I guess you can go and say everything, goes back to your childhood, why, you behave and feel the way you do.
Foundation.
And right. And, I mean, so what are you, I guess, once you find out, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to handle it?
Mm.
Your issues. That's probably where you need to go and get some professional help. Maybe, I mean, sometimes you can go and do it on your own. Um, but yeah, definitely a coach or a counselor, psychologist, a psychiatrist can go ahead and be very, very beneficial to go ahead and put some clarity in what's going on in your life. I mean, it's like maybe stress can be a choice, Do I have to be stressed? You know? Why do I
Some
have to be
some
stressed?
of it is a choice.
Why do I need to be stressed? Do I need to be stressed? At a time, do you really need to be stressed? Why can't you just say, oh, well, you know? Oh, well,
In some areas, it's okay. Stress is okay. Like, stress on the muscle, stress on your brain, not too much stress, right? But stress on the brain because the brain can atrophy. If you don't think, if you don't keep up, like repeat things and phrases and different things, that's what basically will help you stay on the path, on the right path.
sometimes we get stressed over our imagination is so strong we can go ahead and create things that don't really exist. Like, the stresses, it's like, why are you stressed over this? But that to the person, they've concocted this imagination, this reality in their mind, that it must be this way, it has to be this way. If I don't do this, if I don't get these people to do this, if I don't have that, the whole world is going to come to an end. The whole world's going to come to an end from
It may
another.
be,
Yeah.
yeah, it may be that our brook is dry.
So yeah, I mean, like when we
There's a
talk about,
story about ravens. There's a story in the Bible about the ravens and the brook. There's a brook in the Old Testament. Elijah was a man of God and he was doing God's work. But I think he complained. Anyways, the river dried up where he was. What a sign to move on, huh? The river dries up where he was getting his water from,
Mhm.
and the ravens stopped bringing him food. So God was actually taking care of his prophet out there in the middle of Timbuktu through the water in the river, brook, and a raven bringing him bread or meat. And when God said no, I believe it was Elijah or Elisha. He got the message. He said, man, it's time to pack up and leave, man. This place is dried up. So, yeah, something's got to break, Raymond. Right? What you going to do about it, brother? What you going to do about it, brother? Got to get that. The Trumpinator. Gotta get to go. Rock, what's his name? Randy Savage. He's got broke on a duh. Remember he played on the Spider-Man? I got you for 15 minutes. Didn't they say that? Boy, he took that Spider-Man and he whipped him like butter, huh? I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyhow, I just had a thought. Did it go? Did it go? Well, by the way, the new book is available. If you want a copy, I have a couple of copies here. You can send a donation and we'll ship it to you directly with a little special message on the inside. Book's a little different than the original book. It is actually it's quite a bit different, but it still has the original writings in it. So listen, they make a good gift for the holidays. It's a good book to throw in your car and your backpack. It'll fit in your pocket while you're sitting there, picking your nose. Maybe you can pull out the book right there and read it. Just don't get anything on the pages. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a napkin with you if you're going to pick your nose. But it's a good gift. It's a good read, and it'll help you stay on the straight and narrow. Plus, you'll be supporting the mission too. You'll be supporting the mission. So, thank you for those of you that are contributing and sharing and commenting and liking. Did anybody like this? I don't know. Was it worth liking today? Maybe. We got about another 15 minutes, and we're going to close the shop. The helicopter is getting ready to land. What do you call that? The helipad, where the helicopter lands to bring the patients to the hospital.
Yeah.
What do they call those copters? Those helicopters? Anyways, I like to watch them land here at the local hospital nearby. Anyhow. Slim Jim commercial, huh? Yeah. Randy Savage. He died a few years ago. He was quite the man. Anyways, wow, there's quite a few people in here. Thank you for those. Slim Jim commercial. I don't know what that. Timmy Gold. Hello. Thank you for being with us tonight. Laura's with us. Let me see. I got another POI. Barry Robb is coming with here. He's in here, and Barry Robb's not busting my chops today for asking for a donation for the mission. Or somebody else always busts my chops. Why not? Hey, if you're helping others, why not ask for help? That's why I don't feel ashamed at all, because I'm helping people. So I ask for help, and I'll be honest, I can't do this. If it wasn't for you guys on the other side, regardless, I don't make a ton of money anyways. You know, sometimes I might get a small donation, $5, $15, $25 a month or whatever. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't be here. If it wasn't for you on the other side. Sure, I could live my life. I could be in the PNGZ happy, working out every day, drinking a can of soda. No, I'm just kidding. I do drink a little bit too much soda, whatever. But if it wasn't for you folks, I wouldn't have the privilege of sharing. So thank you before the end of the year. You guys good. Yeah. Oh, Raymond. Yeah. How are we doing? We're working for the man. Trump's going to be in office. Who knows what that's going to bring? I don't know. I have no idea. I thought Harris was going to be, but Harris is not. Okay. Let me get to the point. Okay. What tools do you practice with? We got that one. And then the fourth POI is, what is your purpose? What is your desire, your vision? What is it that you see, right? When you're in the bathroom? I guess that's one of the best places to daydream, right? You're sitting there in the bathroom, you grab a magazine, or there used to be other kind of magazines for the not the girly men. But anyways, we don't do that stuff anymore. What is your vision? What is your desire? We're getting ready to go into 2025. It's a really good time. It's a good day to reflect on this. It's a really good day to reflect on it. What is your desire? What is your vision? If you don't know, well, I'm here to remind you of it. You must seek. You must seek. You'll feel better. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah. When you're talking about seeking, you have to have the confidence. I guess the confidence, and I guess the faith to move forward. There's this book written by a lady named Marie Forleo. The title is "Everything is Figure Outable." So I mean, like, for out of time, if you're stressed out, I think that's a good kind of perspective to have, because it's like, really, you're still alive right now. Life is tough, but you've been able to go ahead and figure out solutions to problems all your life, and if we can go and have that mindset that, yeah, you know what, I can figure stuff out. You know, why am I stressed? I can figure it out. I mean, like when I go ahead and, wake up, I have to go out and prepare a lesson plan. It's kind of stressful, but I realize, the more and more that the days go by, it's like, I figure it out. I figure it out every day, every day. You figure it out. So, I mean, it's like, well, why should I be stressed? Why should I be stressed when I've been able to go ahead and figure it out over and over and over again? I mean, it's like that kind of mindset, I think, is helpful, because like Maxwell Maltz said, just you got to go and focus on your successes. I mean, you've probably had a lot of successes there out of time, a lot of successes.
Even hidden ones.
Focus on them.
Sometimes we have successes that are hid. They're hid. They're not visible.
Because it's like we emphasize so much on our failures, our negative mindset. Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, this is no good. I mean, like, it's a conscientious effort, I mean, I think that's a tool. I think choice would be a tool in our toolbox. What do we choose? What
choice is a very powerful tool at that. Life-altering tool.
Yeah.
See, we have to really emphasize these things that we have because we take so much for granted. The word choice is a very, very powerful word. It's a very important word. How often do we really think about it? Well, here we think about it. We hear a lot of the same thing exactly. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. You're welcome to take that phrase. You don't have to rob it from me or steal it from me because I'm giving it to you. Make it yours. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. You wake up in the morning, my good life is going to wake up. My good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. What are those reminders? Santos's book, the community, Gamblers Anonymous that I go to on Thursday, Jim, or my friend Laura that I met on the feed. There's a trucker driving down the road safely. Your good life, your good life, your good life. What you going to do, brother? What you going to do? This is exceptional tonight. I'm seeing numbers that I haven't seen in a while. So I don't know what it is. Maybe because Trump is going to be president or casinos are shutting down early. I don't know what it is, but thank you for being here. At least I know that you are hearing something positive tonight that's going to help you get to tomorrow or Tuesday. By the grace of God, you're hearing something. I don't know how many other places you can go to right now and hear a good word of encouragement. It's not because I'm so smart or Jim is. It's not. We're just conduits. We're just like little tubes that God pours himself through to reach those of you that he needs to reach. That's what we are. We're just little conduits. And sometimes we feel so proud and look at me and this and that. No, humble yourself. Santos, humble yourself. Jim, humble yourself. Everybody else, right? Humble. All right, we've got about 10 minutes left, maybe 15 minutes left of the broadcast. What is your purpose? Wouldn't it be fantastic to go into the new year with a sense of hope and urgency and a challenge to develop that thing? Because you already have an idea of what it is. You already have an idea. You just lack accountability. That's what most of us, Jim, you talked about guardrails, right? When they put us on the road, I drove next to the ocean, not next to the ocean, to a lake, really nice lake with my wife. And there are protection barriers so that cars don't go off that freeway into the lake, right? Guardrails, reminders, POI, points of interest, if you will. That's what this is about, P&GZ lifestyle. It's not about gambling. It's not about gambling. You know what? It's beyond that. In your battle, the BFI, your battle is your thought, the trigger, the impulse, the emotion. Oh, man. That's where your battle lies. Get good at that area. That's my call to action, really. Get good at that area, identifying the thoughts. Man, I had the thought yesterday, but it slipped on me. Okay, now I'm getting grip. I know it's the thought. It's not even the temptation to go to the building or to go. It's the thought. And that's where I'm going to fight it right there. The thought, whatever the thought is, whatever the challenge, I'm going to fight it. Get good at it. Get good at the mind game. and you win. You'll win physically. Get good at the mind game. Remember, that's the true battle. In fact, Laura said, I believe it was Laura that said, I know Jim often mentions, but Laura talked about in one comment, I believe, that Romans chapter 12 talks about the redeeming of our time, or the redeeming of our minds. Redeeming of our minds. If that makes sense. All right. All right. Jim?
Yeah, one of the things I want to go and talk about is what throws us off. You know, I mean, like I remember, you know, I live in
Thank you.
Arizona, I live in
Appreciate
Tucson, and you know, there's you know, a lot of nice Mexican restaurants here in Tucson, and a lot of people make fun of Taco Bell, say that's not real Mexican food, that's disgusting, and so on and so forth. But you know, what if you only knew Taco Bell? You know, it's like, and you say this is great, this is great, this Taco Bell is really great. You know, because that's the only stuff that you knew. And I'm thinking about how, you know, the comfort zone can go and be something that distracts us from the importance of the pain of discipline. If we only knew discipline, right, we would be so great at it.
We
But we
practice. We know discipline, Jim.
we
we know it. We got to practice it.
but we are like affected by the comfort zone. Our mind gravitates towards that comfort zone. Unfortunately, we know the feelings of the comfort zone, you know, and it entices us away from the discipline that we need to have. And you know, that's a big distraction. The comfort zone is a big distraction from what we need to go and do. Um, and that
This is not a comfort zone here. This is not a comfort zone here.
it
No
might be a
way.
comfort zone because it could go ahead and be some type of escape. Maybe I come over here, you know, after I lose a lot of money, right? And I get good feelings, but I go back and do the same stuff again, you know. But I get motivated, you
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
um,
The
I
energy.
would
The
like,
energy is good here. I mean, this is a recovery place. I mean, we're not here. I'm not condemning people. You can gamble all you want, right? You can gamble. You just gotta be smart about it and recognize
the
what
thing is
eventually
to
is going to
fight.
happen.
I feel that's so important to go and fight the comfort zone because there's not going to be any kind of progress if you don't do the work. You
Mhm.
can't get progress. You can't move the needle unless you do the work. I mean, you can go out and say that at anything in business, at your job, taking care of a kid, you know, in life. If you don't do the work, you know, and that comfort zone is so tempting, you know. But I would like to go ahead and have the idea of the comfort zone move towards discipline, where I feel comfortable in my discipline and I feel uncomfortable going to my addiction, like the casino, because I know that this is messing my life up. This is messing my life up. It should
Especially if it is,
be
because you
reversed.
could be gambling and it might not be messing your life up. You know what I'm saying? It might not be hurting you. And that's, you might be okay with that, but you might be gambling and it might be sticking it in your ear.
Yeah, for those people who are
So,
attending this program, I mean, I don't think that these people are casual gamblers. I think the people who are watching this program are hurting and they have a problem.
yeah. Well,
Um,
we all do. I would admit that there's some people, by the way, the numbers have been extremely high today. That's a good thing. So people are hearing the message. We all have the challenge to become better, right? God gave us today. He gave us today. What we do with the rest of today, we're still here, will determine tomorrow a little bit more. 5 days of without gambling. That's 2 more days, and you make the 7. And by the way, the challenge is going to be on for 7 days. That's going to be my call to action, the 7 days. Yeah. So please remember, thank you for supporting the mission. By the way, I'm asking, sometimes if you don't ask specifically, That's why it's important to ask good questions, specific questions, so that you can get specific answers. I do my best financially to keep up with everything that I'm doing here. So that's why I'm asking if you can do $5 to support this mission. Please remember that. And pray for us. Pray for the mission. Pray for Jim. Pray for me. Pray for others that are here. You know, we help each other out. We share information. We share tools. We can give financially. If you have a cause, I give to certain causes monthly. You know, maybe you have a cause that you might give to. It could be St. Jude's. It could be Paralyzed Veterans of America. It could be family radio stations, what have you. You have a need for somebody to give a few dollars. If it's a worthy, let me know. I might be willing to donate a few dollars. I don't mind helping here and there. That's why I ask for help too, because I know that I need it. It's not that I want it, it's that I need it. So remember to subscribe, turn your notifications to all here on the channel. Leave a comment, a like when you can. Please, it helps the channel. Listen, my YouTube channel is not doing as good as it used to, and it's because a lot of people are coming and going. Many people have fallen away, and I know they've fallen away hard because they're no longer even here. They're no longer even responding to emails or anything like that. So some people that used to be here, sadly, people that we were rubbing elbows with, man, yeah, we're fired up. We're going to help the mission, and we're going to do this in Santos, and blip on the radar. Blip, blip. Gone. Gone. All right. So thank you. I don't have any more to say. The 7-day challenge is on. I'm going to give Jim some thought here, and then maybe you have a question. Studio audience, I'm going to be ending the broadcast. 7-day challenge is on. Do not gamble. That's up to you for 7 days. And if you slip, get up. Count your next 7 days. Look at your current results, folks. Look at your current results. Okay? At least visit that. Visit it. It's not going to hurt you. Who knows what that might. Oh, you're going to sit down with your journal and you're going to visit your results. You know what you're seeing, what you're getting, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with. Give it an opportunity. Right? We all like opportunities. So give your results an opportunity. You never know what great change will occur from that visit. So that's all I have. I want to thank all of you guys that are here. Barry, City by the Bay, Laura, Out of Time. Thank you for your donations. Appreciate. By the way, if you want a tax deductible slip, hit me up. Whatever you give $250,000 to this mission. Well, that's my prayer. Would be nice. That's a tax deductible contribution. All right. You can claim that on your taxes. All right. Laura, Barry, Bob, City by the Bay, Out of Time. Who else was with me there? Timmy Gold, 13. Trying to get people to go his Timmy Pro. I don't know what that's about. Yes, you can actually click on the super chat on here and you can donate that way too. On the super chat, on the live, and on the YouTube, the videos. I believe that they have a little area where you can say thank you and send a donation to the mission. Listen, when YouTube sees activity like this, they'll expand more of my videos, and that'll be good. The more of the videos that get out there, the less that I have to ask for $5 because YouTube will pay for itself. So I'm being upfront with you folks, not holding anything back. I'm just telling you the way it is. You know, I know that we all need support from each other. So, all right, Timmy Gold, Out of Time, Rob, City by the Bay. Who else was here? And there's quite a few of you that visited. Legacy Mindset, and then the Invisible Men and the Invisible Women through via LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. Jim, and by the way, if you have a comment here, I'm looking at the chats. If you have a question, we'll give it another minute or two, but we're going to be. Laura says one more person. Go ahead, Jim. You got it.
Yeah. Yeah. For those who are on the program, we're trying to go how to make positive change transformation. The path isn't, straighten up. The path isn't straighten up. You're going to go through some valleys, right? You're going to go and find some successes. But the point is what Laura says, you must persist. That's the only way you're going to go ahead and find your destination. You got to persist. You don't give up. You learn from your mistakes. I think it's important to go ahead and also have some rest too. Everyone needs some rest to go ahead and regroup. Life is stressful, right? Make sure that you have an opportunity to go ahead and find some time for yourself, rest, and kind of reflect upon your life so that you can go ahead and encourage yourself to do what you need to do to get better. Remember, life is a choice, right? Everything that you have is a choice. What you think, you know, what you do, right? How you act, how you respond, everything's a choice, and you have that kind of power. So, my I guess my call to action is to work on strengthening your mind, right? Know that you
Mhm.
have that power. You have that power of choice.
All right, folks. So there it is, right from, I was going to say the horse's mouth, but Jim's not a horse unless he's big and huge. Some people feel like a horse, but I know Jim's not a horse. So you heard it from Jim's mouth there. Thank you, Jim, all the way from Tucson, Arizona. It's a beautiful night out here, cool out here in California. It's supposed to be raining on Monday. Looking forward to that therapy rain. And to the rest of you, hey, keep looking up. If you're going to beat yourself, don't beat yourself down. Beat yourself up. Let me see. Any questions before I go? Thank you, StreamYard. Sometimes I call it Yard Stream. Thank you, Jim and Santos. All right. Hopefully they got the POIs and we're ready to go. All right, folks. Until my next one, see you here, Lord willing, possibly Wednesday. If I'm not live on Wednesday, there will be a video for sure Sundays. We will meet Sundays and we will explore and energize and we will grow. We will grow, grow, grow. Right? Like it says there, right there. Let's see, where am I at? Right there. Let's grow. All right, Jim. Good night. Thank you, and look forward to Wednesday possibly. I'll let you know. We're gonna have the live broadcast for sure.
Okay, thanks, Santos. You have a good evening.
All right, everyone. Anybody? Another question there? No, 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 no. Laura says autumn is nice. It's full of spice. Yep. Hopefully, we'll not have anything to do with the dice.
Okay, have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.